So from playing Happy Birthday for your little niece to grooving along to Super Mario Bros. Some are basic, some are very challenging, especially the last one took me forever to get down. So all the steps to everything I'm playing are available at my Patreon page, and let's start out with the first one, which is called Happy Birthday. And if you want, you can play the entire melody on just one string in the key of A major, but that's not how we're gonna do things. We're gonna spice it up a little bit with some nice chords underneath, and it sounds absolutely amazing. So for this first bit I used a pick, but if we use finger picking it sounds amazing as well. So, what if I played you the next chord? Do you recognize this? I love this chord. You don't recognize it? Well, if I add some percussion to this, I'm sure you do. Composed for the 1963 film The Pink Panther, and the use of chromaticism in this melody is so wonderful. It's that jazzy big band sound played by the saxophone, but then on the guitar it's just as much as fun to play. Right, the next piece is considered as one of the supreme achievements in musical history. And as I'm putting my capo on fret 2, I'm sure every guitarist knows what I'm talking about. Beethoven's Ninth Symphony, of course. You can also play it without a capo, but the original is in D and not in C. Ode to Joy, we call it. It's the fourth movement of the Ninth Symphony, and it's such a fun little melody to play. I think every guitarist should know this because it's just recognized by everyone. Anyway, I turned this into a very fun to play fingerstyle piece, and the melody just flows so beautifully over the chorus. It's a lot of fun. Let's go. Alright, so the next melody is played on an accordion, and I don't have one. This is a melody from, I think, the best comedy series around ever, and I just love playing it. It's just 4 chords and a simple melody on top, and if you want to play it fingerstyle, it's cool because you can play all the parts on just one instrument. A little bit too hard for you.
That's what she said.
Well, then the next tune might be more up your sleeve, because this very old 16th century English folk song is not that difficult. It's called Greensleeves, and it's just a handful of basic chords with a simple melody on top. But it's super elegant, it's super recognizable, and therefore I think it's very much obligatory to play this. So the next melody has many different names. I know it as Altijd is Kortjakje ziek. The French know it as... And you might know it as Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, or even the Alphabet Song. It's the same melody. It's used in many cultures for different songs, so therefore this melody, use it and use it for everything you want, because you can. So I hope you haven't fallen asleep by now, because it's time to wake you up with one of the most famous chords of all time. So if I say E minor major 9, you're probably like, yeah, whatever. But if I play it, I'm sure you'll recognize it. In combination with that beautifully played melody that's so intriguing, played by Vic Flick, by the way, who sadly just passed. And well, this one is for you. It's a lot of fun to play it with a looper as well. You can get some different layers that stack beautifully. It's a magical song to play. Everyone will recognize this, so everyone should be able to play it. So I don't know when you're actually watching this, but it's never a bad moment to learn some holiday classics. And instead of playing this, which is just so boring, we're gonna add chords underneath to make it more full and more beautiful, like this. So before we go to the last one, the absolute hardest one, here is a melody that has always been there. It's just such a famous melody that just lives in all of our collective minds. It's called Spanish Romance. And if you don't play the bass notes, it's fairly basic, maybe apart from that little bar over there. But if you add the bass notes, you want to play it intimate and, you know, delicate. It's quite challenging, but so much fun. Let's go, Spanish Romance. So, now to the last one. I just loved learning this melody for this video. It's one of those things that I was always a little bit afraid of, but if you get down to it, it's not that complex at all. How he uses chromaticism is just beautiful. The difficult bit was to arrange it for the guitar. I'm using two voices all the time that spell out the melody, as well as some bass notes here and there. It goes all over the place. I'm using hybrid picking as well to articulate the melody a little bit better here and there. It's just legendary, right? Let's go with some grooves as well. From you, what are some of your favorite melodies to play on a guitar? Not songs, but just melodies from video games, from series, from TV, whatever. And if you were to play one of these songs, again, the tabs are available at my Patreon page, but I also want to see you play them. So please post them on Instagram, tag me at Paul Davids Guitar, and I'd love to see them. Thank you so much. Have a lovely day. Goodbye.